Word on the streets is that nearly a dozen rappers were arrested right after fresh footage from 50 Cent's documentary leaked online and went viral, leaving the hip-hop world stunned. The clips are said to show moments that could seriously damage careers. And 50 Cent hasn't stayed quiet. He's been openly making fun of those involved and even posting clips of their arrests. Today, we're breaking down what was shown, what happened next, and why everyone in the industry is talking about it. To understand how this all started, we need to go back to December 2025. That's when the 4-part Netflix series Sean Combs: The Reckoning was released. 50 Cent teamed up with director Alexandria Stapleton to give viewers a closer look at seeing Diddy Combs and his real-life story. The full series dropped at once, almost 2 years after 50 Cent first announced the project back on December 7, 2023. This wasn't a small project, it was a major Netflix production. The platform described it as a powerful and eye-opening investigation into the serious claims surrounding Diddy and his bad boy empire, covering many years of his life and career. The series explored a wide range of topics. The first 2 episodes revisited the East Coast vs. West Coast rap tensions from the 1990s, including the still unsolved murders of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. It also looked into major moments in Diddy's career, his rivalry with Death Row Records, and his relationships with celebrities like Cassie Ventura. But the biggest shock came from footage no one expected to see. The documentary included never-before-seen clips filmed just days before Diddy's arrest, along with handwritten notes from Bad Boy co-founder Kirk Burroughs, who documented years of working closely with him. There's a complicated story behind how that footage got out. It was originally recorded by a videographer Diddy hired to document his life and legal issues for a personal project. After his arrest, a freelancer allegedly leaked the material while the main documentarian, Michael Obley, was away. According to him, this wasn't about money, it was a betrayal by someone who secretly passed the footage to 50 Cent. The clips themselves were intense. They reportedly showed Diddy upset and arguing with his lawyer about his situation. At one point, he's even heard telling his legal team to find someone willing to handle dirty business to fight back against the claims. When asked how he got the footage, 50 Cent avoided giving a clear answer. In interviews with The Hollywood Reporter, both he and Stapleton refused to reveal their sources. 50 Cent responded by asking why anyone would expect them to share that information. Stapleton simply stated that the footage was obtained legally and that they had full rights to use it. One thing made clear in the documentary is that Diddy has always liked recording his life. Over the years, he built up a huge archive of personal footage. The series used many of these moments to show a different side of him. One clip that got a lot of attention showed Diddy meeting fans in Harlem. After taking photos with them, he got into his luxury car and said he felt dirty and needed to clean himself. 50 Cent pointed to this moment as an example of Diddy's personality. In an interview with ABC News and Robin Roberts, 50 Cent explained why he chose to be part of the project. He said staying silent would make it seem like hip-hop supports certain behavior. He also said he felt responsible for speaking up for people who can't speak for themselves. The documentary quickly became a massive success. It reportedly reached over 50 million views, showing just how much public interest there was. Even 50 Cent had admitted he didn't expect it to outperform major shows like Stranger Things. The success also changed how people see 50 Cent. He's no longer just known for trolling online, now he's seen as someone who can expose major stories to millions. Diddy's team reacted strongly. They called the documentary unfair, illegal, and deeply personal. His spokesperson, Judah Engelmeyer, said Netflix used footage that was never meant to be released. They also criticized Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos for allowing the project. They didn't stop there. Diddy's team accused 50 Cent of having a personal grudge and said giving him involvement in the project was wrong. They even sent a legal notice to Netflix before the release, trying to stop it, but the platform moved forward anyway. Netflix denied all accusations. They stated the footage was legally obtained, no one was paid to appear, and 50 Cent did not have full creative control, directly pushing back against claims of bias. Things got even stranger when 50 Cent claimed on social media that Diddy sent him flowers as a gift after the documentary came out. However, Diddy's team denied this, saying it likely never happened and may have been a joke. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal troubles continued to grow. Interest in his case increased after the documentary release. He had already been arrested in September 2024 and faced serious charges, including racketeering and trafficking-related accusations. In October 2025, he was sentenced to 50 months in prison on prostitution-related charges. after spending time in a Brooklyn detention center. He was later moved to a lower security facility in New Jersey. By 2026, new claims were still surfacing. Reports from court hearings included testimony from an escort service owner making further allegations. 50 Cent responded online in his usual bold style, directly calling out Diddy in a post. At the same time, the documentary itself brought legal trouble for 50 Cent and Netflix. A former participant filed a lawsuit, claiming their story was edited in a misleading way and important details were left out. Even with all this, 50 Cent hasn't slowed down at all. To really understand why he went so hard with this documentary, you have to look at his long history with Diddy. Their conflict goes back more than 20 years. Although they worked together early on, their relationship eventually turned into a serious rivalry. In 2006, 50 Cent released a diss track accusing Diddy of knowing who was behind the murder of the notorious B.I.G., a claim that shocked many in the industry. That moment changed everything between them. While there were brief periods where things seemed calm, the tension never fully disappeared. Over the years, both artists continued to take shots at each other, sometimes joking, sometimes serious. By 2014, 50 Cent was openly criticizing Diddy's music again, calling one of his songs trash during a radio interview. What started as industry competition eventually turned deeply personal, and that long-standing rivalry is a big reason why this documentary hit so hard. At one point, 50 Cent recalled something that didn't sit right with him. He said saying Diddy Combs would sometimes say things that sounded strange, like telling Fabulous, "Me and you should party," which left people confused. He also shared an old memory from Chris Lighty's wedding, where Diddy told him he'd take him shopping. 50 said he was shocked and had to step away before things got out of hand. Over the years, Diddy mostly brushed off these comments. During an interview on The Breakfast Club, he laughed it off and said he had no real problem with 50 Cent, even claiming that 50 actually liked him. Things took a serious turn in 2023 when Diddy's legal issues became public. Around October of that year, 50 Cent made bold claims linking Diddy to the death of Tupac Shakur, something Diddy has always denied. By 2025, 50 wasn't just posting online anymore. He had built a full media setup. With a Netflix deal and the documentary Sean Combs, The Reckoning, his trolling had turned into a powerful platform that the whole industry had to pay attention to. Not everyone supported what he was doing. Some of his longtime rivals saw this as a chance to go after him again. Ja Rule stepped back into the spotlight and criticized 50 Cent, saying he wasn't any better than the people he was exposing. He even accused him of having hidden motives behind the documentary and called him harmful to hip-hop culture. Ja Rule also brought up past allegations involving 50 Cent, trying to show that he had his own controversies. Their feud goes way back, over 20 years. It reportedly started in 1999 after a robbery incident in Queens connected to someone from 50's circle. Both sides have told different versions of how it began, but the tension quickly turned into diss tracks and even physical fights. One major incident happened at Hit Factory Studios in New York, where things got violent between 50's G-Unit crew and members of Murder and Keen, including Black Child. So when Ja Rule criticized 50 over the documentary, it wasn't random. It was just another chapter in a long-running feud. Ja Rule has supported Diddy during his legal battles, while 50 Cent has continued clashing with Diddy's side. In response, 50 posted a clip of former bodyguard Gene Deal, sharing a story that added more fuel to the drama, along with a sarcastic caption. Diddy's sons also got involved. Justin Combs and Christian Combs announced their own documentary on Zeus Network, planned for 2026, focusing on how their family has been affected by their father's case. Earlier, in May 2024, Christian released a song called Pick a Side, defending his father and calling out critics like 50 Cent. During a 2024 raid on Diddy's home, both brothers were briefly detained but not charged. Through all of this, 50 kept trolling without slowing down. After appearing calm in interviews, 50 quickly returned to mocking online. He even used the situation in a commercial, turning the ongoing drama into marketing content. One ad referenced Diddy's 50-month prison sentence, showing how far 50 was willing to take things publicly. At this point, 50 Cent has positioned himself as more than just a rapper. He's someone who documents and exposes his rivals on a massive scale. With backlash coming from Ja Rule, Diddy's family, and the public, the impact of the documentary was huge. But 50 was already moving on to his next target. On March the 5th, 2026, he posted something that instantly went viral. He hinted at a new documentary about T.I. and Tameka Tiny Harris, tied to past allegations against them. He shared a screenshot suggesting a project titled Surviving T.I. and Tiny, clearly inspired by Surviving R. Kelly. In the caption, 50 warned that tough questions were coming and suggested they prepare for the spotlight. The message was clear. He was applying pressure before anything was even officially released. His conflict with T.I. isn't new either. It goes back to 2007, when 50 accused him of cooperating with authorities. The tension came back in 2026 when T.I. called him out for avoiding a versus battle during a media appearance with Shannon Sharpe. The situation escalated quickly. T.I. responded with diss tracks, and even his sons joined in. Releasing songs aimed at 50 things crossed a line when his son King Harris made personal attacks, including comments about 50 Cent's late mother, Sabrina Jackson, something even T.I. later admitted went too far. Instead of replying with music, 50 chose a different approach. He doubled down on the idea of exposing everything through a documentary. The allegations involving T.I. and Tiny date back to 2021, when Sabrina Peterson accused T.I. of threatening her. After that, multiple people came forward with similar claims involving serious misconduct. However, no criminal convictions followed, mainly due to legal time limits. T.I. and Tiny have strongly denied all accusations, saying any relationships they had were fully consensual. But 50 Cent isn't focused on court results, he's focused on public opinion. Even without confirmed production details, the idea of a documentary alone has already created pressure and headlines. He has also taken shots through music again, including a diss featured in Power Origins targeting T.I. and his family. At this point, the pattern is obvious. 50 Cent used The Reckoning to prove what he can do. He showed that he can shape narratives, draw massive attention, and put anyone in the spotlight. Whether the T.I. documentary actually happens or not almost doesn't matter. The impact has already started. It has shifted attention, created tension, and reminded everyone in the industry that 50 is watching. He has survived major challenges, adapted over time, and built influence beyond music. One thing hasn't changed: he never lets a rivalry go. And based on everything so far, this story isn't over. It's just getting started. Because if there's one thing 50 Cent has made clear again and again, it's this: he doesn't stop, he doesn't back down, and he never forgets. The only question now is, who's next?